Happy Monday, third grade, and welcome to our first online math lesson. Woo! Online math! Let's get pumped! Woo! No, but really, I miss all of you, and I miss doing math and reading and morning meeting and science and social studies and religion all at school with you. But this is what it's going to have to be like for now. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully it'll help you with your math splash learn that you have to complete by the end of the week. It's going to be, I think it's called adding money or something like that. I don't know, but I did send an email to all of your parents. So hopefully you guys get the home access set up for Splash Math. It's called Splash Learn now. And yeah, so if you have any questions about that, just either text me on the Hangout or have one of your parents email me. Okay, so today we're going to talk about dollars and cents. Our objectives. 1, we want to be able to recognize, read, and write money in decimals. 2, we want to be able to count the money in a set of bills and coins. And 3, which we're actually not going to get to today, we will do that tomorrow, we are going to convert between dollars and cents. All right. So first of all, think to yourself, can you think of all the coins that we use to buy things in America? One coin that we're not going to go over today is the $50. So it's worth 50 cents, and yes, it can be used as a coin in America, and so can like the whole dollar, which is, it looks kind of gold coin, but those aren't like usually seen, I guess. So we're only going to focus on the 4 regular coins that we usually see in America. So think it to yourself, what do you think that might be? And the first one I want to talk about is the quarter. So the quarter is worth 25 cents. 1 quarter is 25 cents. And you can see on the screen here I have a picture of the front of a quarter and then a picture of the back of a quarter. So if we know that 1 quarter is 25 cents, then 2 quarters, we would just have to add them together. 25 plus 25 is 50 cents. Then if we have 3 quarters, 25 plus 25 plus 25 is 75 cents. 4 quarters, 25, 50, 75. We add 25 more cents, that makes $1. That's right. Notice that when we reach 100 cents, that amount becomes $1, no matter what you're counting with. So if you don't learn anything from this video today, you need to take away that 1, 0, 0 equals $1, okay? 100 cents equals $1. The next one is the dime. 1 dime is equal to 10 cents. So how many dimes do you think it takes to make $1? Which is what? How many cents? 100 cents. Good. So what I did is some repeated addition out here. So I took my 10 to represent my 1 dime right here. So here's my 1 dime. And I counted that as 1 dime. I took another 10, 2 dimes. Another 10, 3 dimes. And I did that 10 times and added them all together, or I counted by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 100 cents. So how many tens did I have to get to make 100? 10 tens. So 10 dimes is equal to $1. So cool. Okay, now let's try the nickel. Well, if 1 nickel equals 5 cents, which you guys probably already know that, so good job for being smart. How many nickels do you think it takes to make $1 or 100 cents? So I did the same thing, although this one was much longer. I had a lot of 5s I had to type. So I did repeated addition, and I did 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 all the way 10 times, and I added them up, and I was like, oh, I'm only at 50 cents. But hey, I'm halfway there, right? So 10 times 5 is 50. For my people who are thinking, oh, she could have just done multiplication. That's the same thing as repeated addition. Good job, you caught me. But I'm doing the repeated addition just so you can see how it looks when you're counting individual coins. So I took my 10 from up here and I brought it down. I did a little copying and pasting. And then I did 10 more. And we know that 10 plus 10 is 20. So it takes 20 nickels to get 100 cents. So 4 quarters equal 100 cents. 10 dimes equal 100 cents. 20 nickels equals 100 cents. And there's one more coin we're going to go over today. Think in your head, okay, we've gone over quarters, dimes, nickels. What is the one that we are missing? You're right! You guessed it! Mario coins! Woohoo! Luigi! Just kidding. Not Mario coins. Although I have been playing a lot of Mario Kart and Super Mario Brothers with my family, because all of us are home right now. So that's why I put this in here. But no, sadly we do not use this in our money system unless you are on your Nintendo Switch or DS, if you even know what that is. Or am I too old? Or Wii, if you still have a Wii. That's what we have. But no, just kidding. You're right. It's the penny. So 1 penny equals 1 cent. It's the easiest one to count by. But it takes forever to count all the way to 100 cents, because if 1 penny means 1 cent, how many pennies does it take to make $1 or 100 cents? 100 pennies. I was not going to count all those ones out for you. I know that you believe me, that 100 pennies equals 100 cents. So thank you for not making me do that. And that one's the easiest one. I have a picture of this one up here too. Here's the front of our penny and the back. And it even says 1 cent on the back. So it's really good if you have coins at home and dollar bills, if you want to practice like just sticking your hand in the jar and then pulling out like 5 or 6 at a time and then tallying them up and seeing if like a sibling or a parent wants to say if you got the right total, or even if you want to send me a little video on Google Hangout and be like, Miss Minton, I counted my 25 cents plus my 5 cents plus my 10 cents, and then tell me what your answer is, and I can tell you like, yeah, good job, or ooh, maybe try that again. So whatever you want to do to practice with real money at home, it's really cool to practice with the actual things too. So something that I want us to have to avoid is knowing the difference between cents and cents. It sounds the same when we say it, especially when you're from Indiana and you say everything like this. So the word S-E-N, S-E, that's going to deal with sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste. So like the 5 senses. On the side it says an example, I can use my 5 senses to observe the world around me. That is not spelled the same as the money cents. Okay? 1 cent is not the same as the sense of smell or the sense of taste. Okay? So don't spell it the same. And then C-E-N-T-S, those are what we use to say that we do not have a full dollar yet. So you can get all the way up to 99 cents, right? But you don't usually have 100 cents. When we get up to 100 cents, we convert that into a dollar. And I see my little screen over here is kind of covering my other example. It says, I have 5 cents in my pocket. So please, please, please do not write cents like this. They're 2 different words. know the difference. And in case you didn't know, the cent sign is right here. Usually, this font is weird, but usually it goes all the way through the center. So you like make a C and then a line through it. And remember, your dollar sign goes before your number. But if you're putting a cent sign in, it goes after your number. So don't get that confused either. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is writing money in decimals. Yay, decimals! So what if my amount is less than 10 cents? Miss Minton, what if I only have 1 cent? How do I write that? Well, I will tell you. You just have to add a 0 after the decimal point. So you see my decimal point here. It's not a period. It's not a mark. It's not an end mark. Not the same thing. It's called a decimal point. So one of these pennies, yes, thank you. I spend a lot of time on my beautiful pennies, is 1 cent. So we put that as 0.01. But wait, I know what you're going to ask. Why don't I put the cent sign after 0.01? It's cents, not a dollar. It's 1 cent. Aha! You are right. So it is saying you have 1/100th of a dollar. And we haven't talked about fractions yet this year, so if you're just like, huh? What does that mean? That's okay. We'll talk about it at another time. But this is basically just saying this is 0.01 out of a whole dollar. So it's a tiny little bit of a dollar. So that's why we put the dollar sign up in front, because it's saying what percentage, I guess, of a dollar that this penny represents. Now, you could also write it just as 1 and then put the little C with the line through it. That'd be the same thing. But if I ask you to write it as a decimal point, you have to put the dollar sign in front of it. Otherwise, you're saying it's 0.01 of a cent. And I don't think we have any of those. Maybe like a little tiny crumb is 0.01 of a cent. So then 2 cents, it does the exact same thing. You just put a 2 right there. So dollar sign 0.02. Miss Minton, hello. Yes, it's me. Why do you have a 0 in front of the decimal point when clearly you said you just have to add a 0 after the decimal point? Ah, good question. So the 0 in front of our decimal point is saying that we don't have any full dollars. So maybe if I had 1.02, that would say we had $1.02. But we have $0.02. So I have to put a 0 in front. Good question, Ashley. Thank you. All right. 3 cents, 0.03 of a dollar. 4 cents, 0.04 of a dollar. Can you write 5 cents as a decimal? Oh no, I gave you the answer. This is upsetting. That's right. Over to the side here, 0.05. Very good. Alright, what if I added $3 to my total? So I have my 0.05, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents, 5 pennies, but I have $3 bills. Yes, my dollar bills are beautiful. I have to put my 3 in front of that decimal point, because remember, anything that becomes in front of our decimal point is a whole dollar. So we have to put that there. And we are lining our decimal points up when we add them. We have not talked about decimal points. Most of us, some of us have kind of gotten into it, but most of us haven't looked at them yet. So when we are adding our decimal points, you have to line them up exactly in order, just like that, okay? So yeah, so I did my 5 plus 0 is 5, 0 plus 0 is 0, brought down my decimal point, 0 plus 3 is 3, brought down my dollar sign. So all of this is $3.05. Alright, now I want you to count and write the amount in decimal form. So what I would do first is I would count the biggest coins and then add on. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to do that.